What's up, Memphis? Welcome to another podcast episode of Bluff City Magazine. I am your host, Amanda Avery, the editor-in-chief of this premier and just amazing print publication and digital voice of Memphis, Tennessee. As you know, we have created this amazing Women Who Lead series. We're just spotlighting amazing, phenomenal women here in Memphis doing the thing, just defining their own lane, being themselves unapologetically. And we are just so happy to have this exclusive issue. Today, joining me is number 6, our last and final phenomenal woman in her own right, Miss Lakeisha Porter. Miss Lakeisha, welcome.
Hey, Miss Avery, I'm glad to be here.
I love that. For those of you who don't know, Lakeisha graced our cover back in 2022. She was our May, I think, issue maybe 11, I think. She was our cover. So, Lakeisha, it's been 4 years now.
Yes, 4 years.
So, from 2022 to 2026, honey, tell us what's new. What you been up to?
Basically growing, Get the Hands Financial, trying to be a bigger mentorship program and trying to get more people compliant and just growing this service bureau out of your tax pro. So this was happening since 2022. All this stuff has grown substantially. So
Okay. So if you were to look back 4 years from now, would you say you're the same Lakeisha?
no.
What has changed?
My mindset, first of all,
Okay.
how I look at the way to grow my business, how I look at how to approach clients, how I look at trying to change my community. How can I impact the community instead of just filing taxes?
Okay.
So that's been a big growth. That's the big change since 2022.
So you now, just not only are you doing taxes as a tax professional, but you're also mentoring.
Yes.
You know, as part of our leadership series, all women don't wear capes. Some of them empower, some of them mentor, some of them lead behind the scenes. And I love the fact that we have so many women doing so many different things, but they're all leading in their own right. So, Lakeisha, when people saw you on the cover of 2022, many already knew you as a very strong tax professional.
Right.
And so you are the go-to girl
Yes.
in Memphis, Tennessee as a tax professional.
Yes.
And so you've expanded your business, and you've been doing taxes for how many years now?
14.
14 years.
Yes.
That is amazing. What's the number one thing when people think of taxes? What do they think of?
IRS.
The IRS. Okay, and now, y'all, this is just a shout out to comedian LaToya Pope. LaToya Pope
Yes.
created a post, and she was just thanking you for helping her out of a tax situation.
Yes.
And you actually went behind someone else's work to correct her taxes.
Yes.
So what's the mistake some other tax professionals actually make when they're doing taxes, preparing taxes?
The main thing is people training professionals wrong. Like they're not teaching them basic tax skills the correct way. So what I have to do, I have to go behind and correct the smallest things like business income. They don't put what the clients report, or they just create something out of their head. So my thing is to talk to the clients and see what was the issue. Do they know what was filed? Most people don't even know what's filed. Like recently I had one client, didn't know. She was young, she was 21, she didn't have a clue. So what I did, I had to sit down and explain her taxes to her. So a lot of things come around from people not explaining taxes because they don't know how to explain, because nobody teach them how to explain. They just teach them how to file taxes.
So some tax professionals, when they create their own tax agency, they may know how to file taxes, but they don't really know the ins and outs of taxes.
Right.
Why is that?
Because they don't do the proper due diligence training.
Okay, and what is that?
Going over Circulatory 230, all the IRS ins and out rules that apply during tax season, about getting the correct information from the client, make sure the client understand what they need to submit, make sure all clients report all documents, not just some, and educating them about paying taxes, paying federal withheld, why it's important not to go exempt the whole year, and what kind of penalties they could be facing, so they don't train on it.
Do you have more business professionals or you have more just non-business
It's a
clients?
mixture of both.
It's a
It's
mixture.
like 50-50.
Mhm.
It's a mixture of both.
So I would think that being a tax professional, learning is just year round because there's always new laws or new, things the IRS is saying, something different from last year.
Mhm.
Now this is something for this year. So do you have to kind of take classes all year round?
Yes. The IRS, different tax groups, they have seminars, conferences every year, all year,
Mhm.
but give tax professionals the opportunity to go in person and learn. They also have online classes. The IRS hosts online seminars for people to attend, but do people attend? No. So, but they have a lot of in person that people can go and get educated, all while enjoying themselves too. So, if people just get more in tune with going to get educated, getting their credits instead of just preparing taxes, and then a lot more prepared to be educated.
Okay. How did you come up with the name Gifted Hands?
It actually came from my tailoring company.
Okay. So are you doing catering now?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
I'ma start.
Not yet.
I'm thinking about starting that.
Okay.
Okay. So, but it came from I was Gifted Hands catering. So I got kind of tired of my community not
Mhm.
supporting the catering business. So I just started doing tax because I lost my job.
Mhm.
And so one of my friends told me that she think I'll be good at taxes because I'm always coming to the office telling her about my taxes. So
Okay.
she like, I think you'll catch on fast. And so I kind of took it and ran with it. And then when I started going to the classes, then that's when I started getting more educated.
Mhm. But I mean, Gifted Hands do work with Gifted Hands Financial because you're gifted with your hands and, calculating, computing, inputting all of that, and just kind of seeing what's necessary to make sure people are in, compliance with their taxes.
Yeah, I had to intervene them names.
Yes, I love that.
Intertwine.
Why are people so afraid of the IRS? Those 3 letters.
Because they think all they think is jail. They think if they miss 1 year, they're gonna go to jail or the IRS gonna take their money,
Okay.
which the IRS don't work like that.
Okay.
The only way the IRS will come after you if you ignore them. So don't ignore them. If you ignore the IRS, they will come after you.
If they send you a letter in a colored envelope, that means this is your last warning.
Like, don't wait. Don't be afraid.
Okay.
Find you a professional that not afraid to help you. Because some tax preparers, they see a letter from IRS, they run scared. Not me.
Mhm.
I love a challenge. So if you come in my office with a challenge from them, I'm going to help you with that challenge. And I'm going to see to the end because I don't want to mess up my name.
Yes.
So I'm going to see to it to the end that I help you get that taken care of.
I love that. I love that. Now, I want to talk about Idea Tax Pro. And I remember our conversation back in 2022 that you created an app for people to upload their tax documents on the go.
And yes, and it's still in the making.
Okay.
It's actually going to be an app that I'm trying to get more than just taxes. It's
Okay.
I want it to be bookkeeping. I want people to be able to keep track of their personal finances. I want people to be able to scan receipts. So when they come to my office, all I have to do is go on the app and pull their
It'll
information.
be easy breezy.
And it's going to be easier for me. And it's going to be easier for my staff to process returns.
What do you look for to bring on staff or other tax preparers in your agency?
I kind of just want people who's dedicated just like me. I don't want anyone that's coming in thinking it's a get rich quick scheme, which is not. It's not.
Yeah, those are long hours you have to put in,
Yes.
and like you said, see it To the end.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And you have to build relationships with people, build trust with people. It's not just about tax. You need to build relationships with your client. That's how you keep your clients.
I remember we talked some time ago, and one of the things that you said was a big hurdle in our community was just people not educated on just finances, period.
Right.
What is it? Why is that?
I think people don't want to take the time to learn. I
Okay.
think they just want to go with whatever is going on in the world right now. And people don't care about finances until it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
Until they getting sued or they getting audited or their bank account getting garnished. Then they want to call and say, hey, can you help me? And at that point, it's too late. So I want to just start educating them before it get to that point to where they'll know just not to make these type of mistakes. So,
do you hold any type of seminars, workshops before tax season?
Yes, I do trainings. I do in-person training. I offer training, but it has to be more people that wants to.
Mm-hmm.
So
once you get audited, I bet you sign up for the workshop.
Right.
You guys, Bluff City Magazine, we're all about documenting the journeys of entrepreneurs and change makers in Memphis. And Lakeisha, you are returning now to be inside of our Women Who Lead edition, which is so amazing. Tell me, what's your feeling towards this edition versus when I featured you in 2022?
Well, this one seems special because I was with other women in the
We love
city
that.
who wants to empower our community. So that's a big thing for me. So this is I'm thinking about not canceling my trip just to do this. So, because just to see Black women come together is major, especially Black, just women in general, to come together and want to make a change in the community, whether it's teaching, training, mentoring, being in the upper office, just
Absolutely.
anything to make a change in the community. I'm just with it.
I love that. I love that. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about honesty for a moment. What is the biggest mistake you see people in our community making when it comes to taxes and money? Is it just their lack of discipline with money? I know a lot of times, back in the day, I'm not saying now, people would get a tax refund and honey, they want to flex. They go into Walmart, getting the 60, 75-inch TVs, Now, but you want to have nice things. Sometimes tax refund enables you to do that. But what is the big mistake you think people make when it comes to taxes and money?
They're not preserving their taxes.
Okay.
They're not putting it away for a rainy day. They are thinking about right now. So that's a lot of mistakes people make. That's why they be so in a rush to file, because we spend money all year, then we wait for taxes like Christmas. But then some people get disappointed during tax season. So I tell people, if you want to see good money, just pay taxes during the year so you won't have to worry about the IRS. And then when tax season, or save money, so when tax season comes, you're not jumping for joy. It's trying to file tax, you already got your ducks in a row, so you're not looking forward to that money. You're looking forward to that money to save or pay up your bills or do something to work and push you forward, not put you back.
Right. As a small business owner, I wait until April to file my taxes because I have no of hope of getting any taxes back because I'm a small business owner.
Right.
So I know most people get so excited about that taxes, the refunds, and you want to educate the community to have financial stability. That's the main thing. So when someone comes to your office, is that something that you kind of okay, hey, now you're going to get $7,000 back. Here are some things that you can do with some of this money.
Right.
So do you get in their business like that?
Not necessarily getting their business, but I do make suggestions
Okay.
about how they can prepare for next year. Because with inflation and the government, taxes are not the same every year, and I have to tell people,
especially with dependents.
Yes,
that fluctuates. I mean, fluctuates because I remember one time you got this amount money back, and then the next year they lowered it. So that's always something to keep in the back of your mind if you have dependents. what you could possibly get back and what you
Right.
cannot possibly get
And I
back.
think that confuses a lot of our community too, because a lot of them don't understand that just because you got a child don't mean you get a lot of money back.
Oh.
Because you can be in a different tax bracket.
Mhm.
Just say, for instance, you make $110,000 a year. Your dependent might not even make a difference if
Like,
you
may
ain't
not
paid.
qualify for anything.
Right, if you ain't paying the federal taxes during the year. You go exempt the whole year, and then you come in the office and you wanna file, and you got 3 dependents. Those 3 dependents ain't gonna do nothing bring your revenue your tax liability down.
Mhm. So for entrepreneurs and small business owners that are watching this episode, what are some tips that you can give them when it comes to what you can file, what type of receipts you need to always keep, and also what can they put on their taxes as far as business space and advertising?
Mhm.
What type of things can they actually utilize to itemize on their tax documents?
So with businesses,
Mhm.
bookkeeping.
Okay.
Bookkeeping, I tell everybody that comes in my office that has a business, bookkeeping is very, very important. I had to learn along the way about the importance of bookkeeping because if you don't keep track of your finances, how I'm gonna know what to put on your taxes? As far as everybody know what they do in business, we have to advertise. So everybody pay for advertising. Most people run business out their home. So business at your home. Keep track of your utilities the whole year so you can file a percentage of your utility bill as a write-off on your business if you work from your home. Your car mileage, you can use that. Also, you can use, just had a brain.
Mhm.
But just basic general expenses, computer, laptops, printers, paper, anything that you do for the business, you can keep track of that. So when you file with your professional, you'll be able to report what you have and then also your bank statement. Make sure
Mhm.
you keep accurate bank statements. Make sure you're doing payroll correctly and not just making it look like you're laundering money.
Mhm.
That means just transferring money. Like, oh, I need $100 out of my business account today. So let me go Zelle $100 from my business account to my personal account. That's a big no-no.
Okay.
And I had to learn that along the way too.
Mhm.
Like, oh, I can't do that. So that's one thing I coach to my business on about. Like,
Yeah.
y'all gotta start paying yourself. Like,
Mhm.
I had to put myself on payroll.
Okay. So what is the difference between an LLC, an S corp, and some of the other ones for people that are entrepreneurs
Mhm.
and need to pay themselves a salary?
Right. Like I tell people, LLC is limited liability. That means you have a limit liability on that company. And also it's like a 50-50. You have some liability within that company, so they can still come after your personal asset. Far as a corporation, everything is under their business. So they come after their business, not your personal liability.
Mhm.
So that's the difference between S Corp, LLC, and sole proprietor. So that's why I try to coach people. If you make enough money, you have a staff, you have this going, just go ahead and incorporate. So if something happens to your business, you won't have a personal liability on that business. The business can bankrupt itself or close itself without you being responsible for anything and can't get sued personally.
Mhm.
Because I had a client that just got sued.
Wow.
Yeah. And I got to tell
And
him, you should.
oh my goodness. I hate that.
Yeah.
Well, we'll come back and talk about that in just a second. I want to ask you about if someone is in Memphis watching this right now and they've been ignoring their taxes, they're scared of the IRS, or trusting the wrong people. I know that we had, not going to name a name, but we had a tax company back in the day, that was really scamming people out of their business, and out of their money. So sometimes people have, a different thought process as it relates to
Right.
going to an agency. They want to go to TurboTax, H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt. Why would they come to Gifted Hands?
Because Gifted Hands try to build trust.
Okay.
And then I'm the type of company, I want to meet my clients first off in person. I want to see you eye to eye. I want to know about your history. I want to know who you've been filing with. So it's like a personal thing for me so I can get to know you.
Mm-hmm.
Just so I can dive deep into your tax history.
Okay. I remember also one time we were discussing gifted hands back in 2022, and business credit was a thing that you were trying to have a lot of entrepreneurs to apply for because that also helps them along the way, establishing business credit.
Right.
Can you talk about that? Share a little bit more about that.
So at first I was promoting it, marketing. Then I had to fall back and say, hey, make sure they get structured first. So I started focusing more on the structuring of people's business instead of trying to help them get finance. So because they get the proper structure done, then they can go after the money just come. If you set the business up right, if you do the payroll correct, you let the business money do for the business. And so when you report the statements to the bank, they'll see that everything is been through the business, not you just sending money here and there everywhere. So
at what point in someone who's an entrepreneur or a small business, at what point in their journey should they look at, okay, I'm going to transition from an LLC to a corporation. I need to have payroll. I need to scale and have staff and all that good stuff.
When they see growth.
Okay.
I just prefer whenever they see growth or they feel like it's too much. When they see their income growing to where they don't want to have no personal liability, if something was to fall back and happen, then incorporate it.
That's smart. I love that.
Yep.
Listen, I hope you guys are taking some notes here because we have a top tier tax professional in the house today.
Yeah.
So, Keisha, you mentioned that you may go back into catering. Why?
Well, recently my dad purchased me a food truck. I haven't told anyone.
Oh, we get the exclusive. Okay.
Yeah. I haven't told anyone, so there's something I'm working on. I'm working on cleaning it up, putting it together. I actually got a video of the whole food.
Gift the Hands food truck?
My dad want me to name it Gift the Hands, but I'm trying to take it away from Gift the Hands.
You want to establish its own brand.
Yes. I want it to establish on.
So are you tired of numbers? You want to start cooking? Is that what it is?
No, well, cooking is my first love. I've been cooking since I was 12 years old, so I love cooking. Cooking is my go-to when I need to.
It's therapeutic for you. Interesting.
Yes.
That is such a contrast. Cooking and numbers and taxes.
I will turn my phone off and just cook.
Wow. What's a special dish that only you kind of created that's special to, I'm not saying everybody else can't cook it, but what's something that you created?
My stuffed salmon.
Stuffed salmon. What, cream cheese, spinach, and all that good stuff?
I have had many people tell me they cannot fix it the way I fix it.
Okay.
Then I have gave them recipes like I fixed. They said still don't taste good.
Oh my goodness. It's the love. Absolutely. Listen, baby, you can try to imitate all day, but you cannot duplicate.
Right.
Oh my gosh, Keisha, I just love this. Is there anything that I haven't asked that you want our viewers to know about Gifted Hands or anything new you have coming up?
I want to start doing more workshops to where I can invite people to my office and just talk about finances. If they have any questions about taxes, personal finances, how to keep track of their money, if do they need to file bankruptcy? Like, what's the difference between bankruptcy and just paying off a bill? Do they just need to go and pay off a bill? So I just want to have a lot of more workshops.
Okay.
That's what I want to do in the future.
Speaking of that, you're also a credit specialist.
Yep.
So you help people fix their credit, take things off? What is that?
I give people now. I used to help people fix their credit. Now I give them credit guidance.
Okay.
Because I feel that fixing someone's credit is not going to fix the problem. So if I coach you on your credit, then they can help you with your credit in the future so you won't go back to messing up your credit like I have done numerous of times personally. So that's why I want to educate people so they won't keep backtracking like I did for so many years.
So you're not just talking the talk, you're walking the walk. You have done this and you can actually tell them what not to do. Or if you find yourself in this situation,
This is
what can you do to
get out?
I'm sure that people think that when their credit is so bad, there's just no way out. Filing bankruptcy, is the answer.
And it's not. Coming from a person that filed bankruptcy how many times? 3. So, since the age of 20. So I don't file bankruptcy 3 times, Chapter 13 twice, Chapter 7 once.
Okay.
So it's not worth it. It takes you a while to bounce back from this. So if I can prevent it, like I could have prevented, I didn't have to file Chapter 7. I could have just set myself up on a plan to where I could just stop doing some things, let go some habits, and just focus on paying off some bills and improving my credit. But found Chapter 7 went the right way.
Wow. Well, I guess y'all heard that. So if you have any tax questions, and now April 15th is the last day to file.
Yes.
Okay, we are just less than 30 days away. So Keisha, tell the audience how they can contact you, how they can find you to set up an appointment and all that good stuff.
My social media is Gifted Hands Financial. My office is 1840 Pyramid Place, Suite 310, and that's in Memphis, Tennessee, 38132. My website is www.giftedhandsfinancial.net. And my contact is 901-606-2658. If you ever need to reach me, I have an open door policy. I respond very fast to texts and calls. So
I love that. You guys, thank you for tuning in. I want to leave you with this. What I like about this interview the most is that leaders and leadership does not always come in a form of a stage or a title. Sometimes it comes in the form of knowledge, mentorship. So, Lakeisha, it has been a pleasure. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Amanda Avery signing off.